All right, we are back with another author interview for Space Wizard Science Fantasy Year 4, Part 2, the new campaign. I'm here with J.S. Fields, one of our longtime authors. Yeah, go ahead and introduce yourself.
Hey everyone, I am JS Fields. I'm the author of the Argillum series. I've been editor on most of the anthologies that have
Yeah,
come out, maybe just not one.
all but
Um,
one, I think.
all but one. Yep.
Yeah,
Lesbians in Space. Yep. And I have a couple fantasy books as well. Most pertinent to this, I believe, is the Rosewood Penny series with the
yeah,
next book, the Dragonscale Comb, coming out, which is
this one up there. Yeah,
cozy sapphic fantasy, silly. It has its substance is like cotton candy, sort of melts in the mouth.
yes. Sells really well too. Uh, Lots of people like the book. Um, so it's one of our if you like Sci-Fi books, we got a lot of them, and this one is like squarely in that area. So this is book 2 that's coming out, the Dragonscale Comb, coming out in December. So
Yes.
it's going to be our first book coming out with this campaign. So if you've been waiting to find out what happened after the first book, you're in luck.
Which looking at the reviews, pretty much everyone was like, wait, what?
Yeah.
It did. I will admit, the first book did end somewhat abruptly. That is the way of trilogies.
Hmm.
However, if you've read the Argillum series, you'll know that I aggressively plan my trilogies. So don't worry, the whole arc is planned. We
Yeah.
already even have covers for all
Yeah.
three. I know exactly where they're going.
Hmm.
The only, I think, let's see, the only stuff that really, takes some time to write is the sex scenes because,
Yeah.
that's if you're reading this series, that's what you're getting. Dragons, unicorns, and lesbians.
Yeah. What else do you need? Well, space, I guess, is the other thing, but
Space, those are, yeah, but we have those as well. They're
yeah,
just
that's a
different
different
series.
series. Yeah.
In fact,
So,
I think like you've got sort of your genres of lesbians, right? You've got
mhm,
space lesbians, obviously a
right.
big marketer.
Yep.
But I think you have lesbians, comma, but also dragons is like a whole nother
Yes, definitely.
subgenre.
I actually have a lot of people at markets come up and ask me about dragons, or because I don't do a lot of urban fantasy from Space
Mm.
Wizard, and so I'm sort of lacking in that area. So this is now one I can recommend to people, and we've sort of been pushing that a little bit more at markets of like if you want somewhere where dragons are extinct, check out this book.
Yeah, and I can see it working. It's not, I mean, obviously it's not urban fantasy, but it's
Yeah,
definitely not medieval, right? Because we have
right.
it's gas lamp, right? Well,
Yeah.
even not even that. There's light electricity in it.
Hmm.
If you guys are familiar at all with my fantasy, I always make sure that it has the start. I like the start of the electrical age in there. It's
Yeah.
way more fun to have people still clinging to candles and all that kind of stuff, but like enlightenment just around the corner. It's
Hmm.
very fun to juxtapose those two.
Yeah. I really love that sort of not medieval fantasy that's like a little bit past where you get into some fun inventions and things. You can have, steam engines and
Oh
railway
yeah.
cars and stuff like that.
Plus, you get to
Uh,
have medicine. And so I
yeah.
feel like you don't have to rely so much on magic hand wavium when you're writing
Hmm.
in that. Because then if someone actually gets sick, maybe they have some sort of concept of surgery or stitching or things like that that
Yeah.
isn't just, we drilled a hole in the head and let the bad spirits out.
Right. Well, and that comes in the first book because you have some like sort of medical conditions that are in there. Um, so they deal with like rudimentary medicine, like how what things heal what
Hmm.
ailments and sort of let's say allergies, I guess, sort of how it's
Yeah.
portrayed.
Yeah, anytime I write books, I always want to make sure that I'm doing time period specific
Mhm.
stuff, which is why Marani and Jax are sort of the main uh characters other than Nuria, who's the princess, and they're
Right.
bandits. And Jax has terrible, terrible allergies, which of course are not a new thing. Allergies have been around since the dawn of humanity.
Yeah.
And yeah, deals with his allergies through nettle tea, which is an old herbal
Hmm.
remedy that people would use in boiling nettles in
Yeah.
water. And then I don't think it was particularly effective, but it was more effective than nothing, right? Just
Yeah.
mild effectiveness.
So does that actually have some scientific basics
Yeah, it's
in
it's
it?
a real thing. Yeah.
Okay. So
You
what
can
is
find it still a lot in old homeopathy.
okay. Okay. So what's mild but stimulant or I don't know, something to
It has been so long since I looked at it.
yeah.
Let's just we could just have a Google right now.
Yeah, we'll check
Nettles
it up.
and
So
allergy.
if you're watching the interview, if you want to know is Nettlety effective, um, now
Yep,
you can
it's
get
an
your
antihistamine. It says
antihistamine.
it
Okay.
may have
Okay.
antihistamine. It's also an anti-inflammatory. That we knew.
Yeah.
But as I'm sure anyone with allergies knows, half of the pain is the inflammation.
Hmm.
Like the allergies suck, but what it does to your sinuses.
Yeah.
And our another author at Space Wizard, Rosie Thor, often
Hmm.
joked that the book is own voices for allergies
For allergies. Yeah.
because I have Jax's allergies. Like that
Mm,
is 100% me. I blow up with everything, just
yeah.
constantly, all the time. And I'm on
Yeah.
so many meds. And so it
Uh,
was really fun to write someone who's like, he's a bit of a hero as well, helping out his sister. But
yeah.
also, if he looks sideways at a strawberry plant, he's a puffball.
Yep. So right what you know.
Mhm.
Yeah. So can you give us non-spoilery exciting things that are coming in book two?
Yes. Well, it's like the big reveal happened in book one. So
Mhm.
everyone's pretty on board with that. I don't know. Can we spoil book one? Should we not?
Oof.
Maybe there'll be new
Try
readers. I won't
try
spoil
not
book
to.
one.
Yeah, try
Okay.
not to, because there's a series package that you can get if people haven't read the first one.
Okay, I will not spoil book one. I will tell you that the crux of this very fluffy fantasy is that you've got a bandit kingpin, Marani, and a princess, Nuria, who knows too much about her. She shouldn't know this much. And that's literally the whole story, right? The bandit tries to rob the princess's carriage. The princess is like, "I'm sorry, what are you doing?" And doesn't take it seriously because she's had visions of Marani since she was a child. And Marani's like, "I have a knife. What's going on?" There's a lot of panty jokes. Obviously, they are enemies to lovers. It's a very clear combo.
Yeah.
But there ends up being a greater mystery because Marani's skin, she's invulnerable, so knives don't cut her. Um, and that's why she's such a great kingpin. And they have to unravel that mystery of Marani's skin and what's going on. And in the second book, of course, now that the secret is out,
Hmm.
everyone on this tiny island, because they're on a tiny island, is after Marani and Jax
Mm.
because of those special properties that they have.
Yeah. Cool.
And so this one's a big chase book where people are chasing
Uh,
different things. All of the island politics that happened in the first one kind of go by the wayside because the secret is so big that everyone's like, we don't care about Pegasus transport anymore or Pegasus breeding or all the inter-island like commerce politics that were going on. Everyone's like, this is dumb
yeah.
because this is happening. So Marani and Jax and a couple of the side characters are off trying to deal with things. Nuria, on the other hand, has a little bit more information. She always has a little bit more
Mm,
information and is trying to keep people away. So we've got our two lovers are apart. They
yeah.
come together in the middle. Of course, there's some steamy scenes. And then there is once again a humongous finale where the magic seal is shattered. That's not a spoiler because I think
Okay.
everyone knows that's coming anyway. The
Yeah.
magic seal is shattered and everything just goes all to hell. And that has big, big consequences for Nuria and Marani's relationship.
Mm. And book three.
End of book two. And then, yeah, and book three is going to be trying to figure out some
What's
mechanics, shall we say. And when you
Mhm.
read book two, that will be a funny comment to you.
I'm very well, in fact, I'm very much looking forward to reading this because I
I don't
haven't
want
gotten
to.
it yet.
No.
So, yeah. So this is in fact coming out of December. The developmental editor has not yet read the book, but we will make it happen. J.S. Fields is a wonderful writer and a very quick writer as well. So,
I'm editing
fortunate.
now. The book is written. It's
Yeah.
just it needs the silliness. It needs the stupid jokes. I told Bill the other day that what I did yesterday was stick in a couple of panty jokes. Like
Yeah.
that was where I was going. So right now I got to keep the same level of butter jokes that were in the
Mhm.
original. Those have to go
Yes.
in.
Yeah.
Um, there's got to be a clothing. This is fantasy. It's girl fantasy. So I have to have a lot of information about the dresses and the
Mm.
patterns and because they're coming off, right? So this is
Yeah.
important information.
Yeah. Have to know in what order they come off.
It is like I don't know anything about corsets. I've never worn one, but I sure
Mm.
do know how to unlace one now.
Right.
There's a big joke that people keep dressing Marani and Nuria in matching colors, and so I have to
Mm.
keep finding fabrics that will work in those colors for the time
Yeah.
period.
Lots of research going on in this.
A lot of work goes in to sexy books. I think that
Yeah.
everyone should appreciate that if you're going to have imagery of like different colors of clothing swirling on a
Mhm.
floor and mixing with panties, it's not sexy to just say their clothes fell off and then
Yeah.
panties were on top and then they had sex. That's no fun. You got to be talking about like, and the buttercream colored bodice
Yes.
fell on the lily pad. You gotta. It's big words.
Get some butter in there.
Butter,
Yes.
butter. They wear a lot of greens. Yep.
Very cool. Well, so we are all looking forward to the Dragonscale Comb, the second one in the series. And so you can get that. You can get any of our Space Wizard books in the campaign. We will have a special pledge level because we have 5 of the 7 books in this campaign are going to be parts of series. So we have a special campaign that is you'll get all the existing parts of those sequences all together in that one pledge. So that'll get you the Rosewood Penny and the Dragonscale Comb, along with all the other ones. Um, and there's most of them are Sapphic. In fact, there's I think one or
Ooh.
two that isn't, but there's a lot of Sapphic, and
Mhm.
there's going to be a separate Sapphic pack. We've been using that for the past few years, which is very successful. That you just get all your Sapphic books at one time.
And let's see, the third book, the Tamer's Tea Set in this
Yes.
series, should be next year sometime. I think
And
that's when we have it slated.
right. Yeah. So
Yep.
that'll be either next June or the whenever it comes out, either next
Mhm.
June or the next November, December campaign, depending on when exactly it comes out. So yes, get your second book ready, and then we'll have the third one on the way. So I guess last question. What I know one of the book you're writing or need to write to finish off one other series. Um,
Oh,
any
Argilum.
yes. But that will be the last one.
I
Uh,
mean, yeah, I hope so. It's if there was going to be another trilogy, because I'm writing them in trilogies. For those of you who got mad about Pruitt, it was the start of a trilogy. It wasn't the end of the series. There was a lot of drama around that.
mm, yeah,
If there was going to be another one, it would once again we'd restart with another
yeah.
character.
So anything else on the horizon? Any other fun projects?
The hope is to write the next book in the Hidden Earth series, so the
Mm,
Queen,
Queen.
which
Yeah,
isn't it with Space Wizard yet, but we can pull it on
right.
over. That one's got some wording in it. But of course, as Bill knows, I have been wanting to launch a new series for years, but I want to make sure I have 4 or 5 of them written before it goes out.
Hmm.
This is my dream. Look at me now, all of you watching this video. This will be my magnum opus. This will be the greatest piece of trash that has ever occurred, while also being semi-serious. I'm going to call the series Deadly Dildos, and it's going to be a murder mystery series where a wood scientist has to solve terrible murders using dildos. The first
It's
book is
amazing.
called Mahogany Madness, and it has got so many dick jokes. I can't even. I'm so proud. I'm so proud.
And I
Yeah.
have read part of that one. It is
Oh my
it's very good. So we've actually talked semi-seriously about launching a spicy Space Wizard
God. Mm.
version of this. We'll see what happens, but if you're looking for more J.S. Fields books, those will be coming at some point once we figure out exactly how we're going to get them to you. But yeah, keep that in mind. All right. Well, I'm not going to keep you too much longer, so you can get back to finishing up the Dragonscale Comb.
It's open on my desktop right under this
All
browser.
right. Cool. Well, great to talk with you. And yeah, come back next time. We'll have another author interview. I think we got one with all the different authors. So we have a fun launch party that will go until the campaign starts on November 12th, and then come in and get all of your books, your queer books, your lesfic books, your Achillean books, everything,
Everything. See
everything.
you guys soon.
All right. Talk to you later.